Let me also thank this panel for doing a great job. I was just thinking that I'd be tempted to, in the spirit of full disclosure, in a previous lifetime at Pepperdine, I was provost, and Jack, I've always felt a little guilty about this. I closed down a school a master's degree in public administration when I was provost at Pepperdine. Then, as dean of the business school for 12 years at Pepperdine, I developed, I was enamored with MBAs.
You get a lot more Chinese students.
And well, not in my day, we didn't, but we had mainly senior executives in my day. Our average age was about 35, 3,000 MBA students. So I brought all of that to the table, and I was just thinking, we have faculty members here in the audience who teach here in the School of Public Policy who cover each one of all the things that you all have talked about. And there's a sense in which I think we suffer a little bit from identity crisis because we're trying to do it all. And I sometimes tell people that we are a school of social responsibility, of entrepreneurship. I mean, there's a sense in which we have one of our graduates here is running for Congress. Paul, are you out there somewhere? Paul Dietzel was here. Yeah, Paul Dietzel. Anybody here who votes in Louisiana, you need to meet Paul, and I assume you'll take gifts for your campaign, even from Californians, Paul. Paul happens to, Mike Adams ran for Congress one time, and
What's his name again?
Paul Dietzel.
No. Mike who?
Let me explain that. Paul has the advantage, Mike, of having a grandfather who was a national championship football coach, and so is well known in Louisiana. It's great to have the same name. Anyway, we've tried to do it all, and we would like to think that we do a good job of the way we put it together. I want to express appreciation once again to the Bradley Foundation. Delighted that Diane Saylor is here to be with us. Diane Ride pays pretty close attention to how we spend their money. And Jim Pearson, who was able to help us develop an interest with the Thomas W. Smith Foundation to fund this conference. I also want to express appreciation to Joe Chiswick, who has been flying around the world as he usually does and made room for this today. Joe, thank you for coming. Joe is chairman of our Board of Visitors. And it occurs to me, Joe, that some of you have worked at the White House or you have been influenced decisions made there. Joe hasn't worked in the White House. He did come out of Vietnam, by the way, on a stretcher as part of his history. But when the president is in town, I think you supply the fuel to get Air Force One back to Washington, as I recall. So he's related to Washington, D.C. too. Thank you to all of the panelists. I think this has been a marvelous collection of ideas and material, and I hope maybe we can use some more of it in a way that can be distributed to others. All of this will be streamed if you want to call attention to it later, that people who are not able to be here or you might like to go back and check one of the panels, which lead me to express appreciation to our staff. Making sure that it is streamed is Christina Ramirez, who is at the back here, and Mark, you jumped the gun on clapping because I want to mention several, and I won't mention all of them. We have I tell people that we are trying to live up to, we're trying to build a university that's worthy of our special events people. They do such a great job, and Melissa Chitty has been in charge of all of these people. I think somewhere back there, it's too bright for me to see, but I think, yeah, Maurice Derrico, many of you know Maurice because she helped you with your plane reservations and all sorts of other things, and in her spare time took care of me since she's my assistant. All of that is to say, for all the people I have not, there are some others here today, the people who have helped And I'd like one more time, Mark, to express appreciation for all of them. If there's any way that we can be helpful to you in getting home, I know some of you are running to try to catch a plane before you get snowed in Chicago or New Jersey or somewhere. Feel free to let us be helpful to you. And once again, especially to those of you who have come to be a part of this, thank you very much. And I hope we see you again at Pepperdine.